If your spouse isn't bought in, your success in sales is already limited. All right, let's get into this. When I first started in sales, everything I thought was going to be easy, pie in the sky, unlimited income. My wife was excited as well. She didn't know really all it was going to take, but she was excited about it at first. Then we started to realize, hey, wait a second. Sales isn't a 9 to 5 job. It's emotional, it's inconsistent, it's demanding. And if the person at home does not understand that, they're going to start to question, what are you doing? Right? How come you don't have a regular job where I can plan around it? They're going to start questioning the income swings. Hey, why did we make a ton this month? And why didn't we make so little the next month? They're going to unknowingly start to pull you off the path. And it is absolutely important. So we're going to be working strange, odd, weird hours sometimes. There could be nights, weekends, right? We get random calls. Um, they're expecting a little bit normal of a job, so there's going to automatically be some friction, right? That's guaranteed. Uh, the inconsistent income is a big deal, especially at first. 1 month you're up, 1 month you're not. Without buy-in, this turns to pressure instead of support. And this is not where you want to be. You also need mental clarity to perform. This is a key part of it. If you're doing your best at your job, you're doing this, you're getting some difficulty in there, some tension. Now you come home and you're dealing with that, right, with your spouse, and you don't feel like you have the support. This is going to make it really difficult. And you're trying to bring that energy on every call, on all the meetings, and at the deals, but it could be unknowingly in the back of your mind affecting it. So I'm going to tell you a few of the things that certainly made it difficult or challenging for me at the beginning. When I first started, I didn't really tell my wife all the stuff, all of my plans and how this was going to affect her and that. I just said, "Hey, I want to do this. Let me give it a try." And I never really talked about what it was going to mean for her life, right? And we'll get into that a little bit more a little bit later, but I just did what I wanted to do. And I thought, oh, this is the best. This is what we need to do. But there really wasn't that buy-in. In fact, when I started calling, and I was calling every morning at 7:55, 8 o'clock, it's start of the day, I would kick her out of the room, and the room was our bedroom, and the computer was there, so I was making calls from it, and she's like, "What do you mean I have to get up and leave? I want to sleep in." She's like, "Well, just call and I'll do it." Well, I wasn't as effective if she's in the room, right? And, I'm a little self-conscious. And when she get out, I would set appointments. Well, now without really asking her, suddenly for us to have money and survive, she now suddenly had to be out of bed every morning. Now she is since very happy that I have been very successful, have the own office, right? Now she can sleep in and I come in this office and make the call. So thank you for your patience, right? And I'm not suggesting you do it my way. I think my way was incorrect. And what do we need to do that rather than go through this, right? And some would say, well, you can go to your own office at the time. I didn't have that much money. I had to do everything from here. But you got to have that buy-in, right? You don't want to be second guessing. You don't want to be trying to keep the peace. You don't want to quit right before it would have worked out. So I was pretty lucky that I just kept going and pushing, and when money started flowing, it definitely changed that conversation a little bit. It made it easier. But man, if I didn't have that success, I would be thinking, how is this helping our relationship, our family, everything, right? So the first thing is you want to get that buy-in. So how do we get that buy-in? Show them the vision. Show them of what your dreams are. Don't just say, hey, I'm in sales. Show them the income potential so that the lifestyle that you're trying to build, and also incorporate, and we'll go deeper into this, of how that helps them, right? How is this going to impact their life? The pros and cons, that's fine. Set the expectations early. Okay. If you're saying, hey, no problem, nothing's going to change, we're going to go out, we're going to have weekend. If you're saying, look, I'm going to be working nights for a while, or to catch up or follow up or late, and it might be inconsistent for a period of time, maybe 6 to 12 months before I have that part down, dialed in, and then we can have something where we can really count on and blocking that time off. And it could be sooner. It doesn't have to be that. Just throwing a number out there. That's going to help them know to set expectations. Nothing's worse than if you're thinking you're going to go out Friday night or a lunch or this, and you're constantly breaking plans because you're jumping because you have a sale and you have to go show the home or you have to get on an appointment or you have a lead, you got to follow up. Vacation you plan, but now you can't go. We don't want to do that. Okay. We got to let them know their expectation, even if it means that part has to be a little bit less for right now until you build it up and then it can be. But you want to be working right and you want to create those shared goals. So things they care about, maybe it's a dream home, maybe it's travel, freedom from a job they hate, right? For you going back to something you don't like either. Now it's not just a grind per se, it's our mission. And we're going to work hard and then they know, okay, this is going to be a hard part, but we're going to build towards this. Give them certainty where you can. Here's the budget. Okay, even if it's a smaller amount, because obviously it's going to go up and down, here's some we're saving. Here's clear targets. Here's clear objectives. Uncertainty is what scares people. It's not the work itself. It's just that they don't know. And if they're working or not, sometimes they're the steady one, and sometimes you're the sole provider. But do that accordingly. Okay. And I'm going to give you some things, and these are some heartfelt ones that really are a different level. Okay. This goes beyond just the basic stuff that I'm talking about. If you're not a great communicator with your wife or your spouse or the other way, you're going to fail. If you don't incorporate that into it, your chances of failure drastically go up because they're not in the conversation. They don't even feel like they had a choice. But if they're part of it and you're sharing those dreams, goals, and what it takes, it's going to do well. You got to find out not just what you want, but what they want as well. And you got to have those communications, those goals, so that you're working and building that life, that style, vacations, whatever it is together. Okay. And here is the part that I think is the key thing that causes the most. Once you've done this, these are great ones. It's that, okay, that person's done that for you for 6 months. Yet you're not successful enough yet. Maybe a year. You continue to break your word to them. You say you're going to be able to do this, and then, you can't do it. Oh, I can't go on vacation. I can't go to this. I can't do that. You're not doing the family activities or the date nights or the other stuff. You're continually breaking your word to the point where you're not someone that keeps your commitments. So yeah, you can have all these dreams and goals, on stuff that you really want. But if it's stuff that they really want, you're willing to sacrifice and break that. And what happens is you're breaking your word and you're breaking the trust. So they don't believe in your goals and dreams anymore because they don't see anything really happening. And if you're not committing and making it happen on the small level, they're thinking you're not going to make it happen on the larger level either because you don't do whatever you say you do. And then what's happening internally, we may not want to hear this, but every time we break a commitment or word, in our mind, we don't think we can do whatever it is we're going to say we do. We don't think we can do our commitment because we can't even do the small ones. So here's what I want you to do. If you love this stuff, like, comment, subscribe. I know this is a little deeper one. Just say you're committed. Whatever you say you're going to do, especially with your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, significant other, kids, family, Do it and watch what happens. Once you're someone that's 100% in to being fully committed, you're going to get the belief and buy-in and talk to them about it. Hey, this is where we're at. This is what I've done in the past. I know that. We're going to start right now. Really going to be dialed in, even if it's a little step back, smaller commitments. I really want to achieve those. And once you become someone that's 100% in, all in, committed, they're going to start to believe in you more. It's going to grow. Then, once they have that, they're going to be in alignment with you because you're doing the things that they want as well, right? We're going to be listening, hearing, having them part of it. Now they're going to support the things when it's your time to work and bust it out and get after it. They're all in for you because they know when it's their time to spend time with you on the vacations, on this or whatever it is, they know that you're focused and have systems or things in place so that you can be all in for them as much as possible. Okay, even if it's like me, where look, I got to check in for like an hour or whatever. I got to check my emails, right? I got to make my calls or whatever. Okay, I don't do that as much now, thank you. But I still have to do some things. But they're aware of it, and I'm keeping that commitment. So please like and subscribe. Get in the either the free or the paid group, the school groups. Get in one of them. Make a commitment. Get after this. We're going to help you on this. I am personally. Hopefully, if you like this, put a comment in that you're committed and start doing that. You're going to find that once you have this alignment, everything else goes faster. You'll race towards your goals at a faster level and build. And you're not fighting the dual battle, the battle here and then the battle when you're done. Okay, there's going to be less arguments. You're both swimming in the right direction. You're not fighting the current all the time. Okay, hopefully this helps. I'm going to be definitely bringing these to you and really thinking out what would have helped me if I knew these things ahead. But you got to have that alignment. That's the first thing, right? Even before you get to 10 conversations, you got to have the alignment. You got to have, right, that peace at home and you're on the same page and you're someone that's committing. A lot of times, if you really look at it, why there's a lot of trouble, you're not keeping the word. You're not the great communicator. Once you start doing those things, you will rocket ship. You will have so much success now because you didn't realize how much this was affecting you. Okay, just like it was for myself. All right, we'll catch you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you do a like, subscribe, comment, right? Please share if you can and put commitment, that you're committed below and get signed up.